What's up, and welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking My Hero Academia Season 2, Episodes 9 through 12. It's the end of the epic UA Sports battle. Who won? Really? Because, they didn't seem that excited about it. All the feels. How many times did you cry? We'll talk about it. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, I don't think we can sing along just
I was waiting for it to just build up. I like the old days. I'll deal with it.
Anyway, welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews. We're talking My Hero Academia Season 2, Episodes 9 through 12. My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my full panel.
Yay! Happy belated birthday, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
Leo season.
Yeah.
I know, it's out here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexis Torres. What's up?
Hey, guys, it's Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, I'm Drennan.
And we do have a live chat going. Welcome to everybody in the chat. And if you're watching later, please comment down below. Now, we are going at this show as new viewers, so please no spoilers. I know there were some enthusiastic comments last time that were border on spoiler.
Come on.
I'm like, I know you're being helpful, and I appreciate it, but let's tone it down.
We get it.
Because it's okay. I know.
Rude,
Also, we haven't decided the winner just yet. We'll post it on Twitter, but quite a few of you already commented in the last video, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we're giving away My Hero Academia. It's a headband, like tie on your head or a scarf.
Headband.
Comment on our last week's video, say headband and your favorite bit from the Calvary battle or the basic early bits on fighting, and you could win that. So we'll do it for next week, because I know some people maybe are like, what are we talking about? But if you've already said that, so make sure you say headband though, because otherwise I'll be like, cool, thanks for the comment. All right, let's get into it. Episode 9. There we go. I had my paper. I was looking at my notes. I was looking at my notes. It said episode 11. I'm like, no, not that one. Episode 9. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Real quick. First, thoughts on this next set of 4.
Well, you already said it, emotional. It was really crazy with the show, and plus so many, there were so many action sequences and fights. But with that being said, it's like I didn't know it was gonna be these 4 episodes were gonna be that emotional. Each character had I was on the verge of tears in the studio watching the last few episodes, and I'm like, oh my god, But yeah, I am so invested in the show. Starting with Jaimi, I want to binge it, but I'm like, I won't do that.
Resist. Yeah, it's getting really intense. At first, I was talking to Ali about it. I didn't know how serious to take My Hero Academia in the very beginning. I was like, it's gonna be more for kids, and it's not really. I just wasn't expecting this. It gets deep, and yeah, it's crazy, but I love it.
Yes.
So I will refrain from watching further.
Refrain and keep where we are.
Yeah.
So only 9 through 12. So right here at the top, episode 9, Bakugo versus Uraraka. Damn, that fight. She did so good for what she could do.
So proud of her.
Oh, yes.
She did the best she could.
I was rooting for her so hard.
Me too. Pink cheeks.
But at the same pink cheeks. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, Bakugo is really strong. And not to say that she was weak or anything. It's just because the fact that his power is such on a different level of hers that it's just he could do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm also really happy that she had a plan.
Yeah.
She held her own for so
long.
She
did. I love how. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I love how, you always saw her so happy, so then they show, that screenshot where she's and I'm like, whoa, pink cheeks, what's going on, girl? But I loved it, it was crazy.
To the brink of exhaustion. She was, so, defeated, and I'm just a sucker for the underdog, and plus I'm really falling in love with her character and what she stands for and trying to help out her family.
Yes.
And, just to have that call later when she jumping ahead, but with her family and how supportive they still are. And I think it's okay.
Crying.
I can accept that she lost just because I feel like this sets up she can't win just yet. It sets up.
Yeah.
She'll have her moment for sure in the future.
Also, for some of these characters, and her kind of too, they're new-ish to really exploring their powers.
Yeah.
So it's not like she knows all the tricks that she could do with it.
And this is literally her first time using her power to fight. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, she, you know, you can have your quirk and be able to use it into your own advantage for little things or big things, but to actually fight against another person with a quirk, that's not like sparring or something. Like, clearly there is a motive. It's on a completely different level, so I was proud of her that she was able to get through that. Yeah. And she's just an all-around amazing character, and I can't wait for you guys to see more of her.
I had liked how Aizawa was like, this is a fight. Like, you know, Bakugo knows his power, he knows his strength, he knows how to use it in many different ways. Like, this is what we came out here for.
But I also like the reality of it. It was because of the fact that we know how Bakugo is, the fact that he didn't pull his punches, everyone was feeling uncomfortable watching it because they're just watching her being blown away every 5 seconds. And I loved how it wasn't just like very stoic anime where they're just watching and they're just like, oh man, this kind of sucks. But no, like at one point people are, you can tell like some people had their hands over their mouth, and then
Aizawa.
I
can't even say it.
Where she pretty much was like, I can't watch. And even Midoriya and Ida, they were just like, this is really hard to watch, but we have to watch it because we want to support her. It felt like, you know, it was watching real people reacting to a fight with their friends. It was insane.
Yeah, the crowd getting into it. The chat is really liking Aizawa standing up for what Bakugo was doing. Because actually, that's like the ultimate sign of respect, is you're not holding your punches for them. And I love the moment where he's like, who said she was frail? I was like,
I loved it. He was like, she is not frail. But also, I was like,
ooh, weird ship, right?
You know, give me a little bit of Vegeta vibes. Like, you know, he might. Yeah, it might happen.
It's that weird, like, humane chipping away. You're like, oh, there is a human underneath all that tough skin. Yeah. You're not just a demon who wants to burn everything. That's great.
A lot of people also, I just can see in the chat, they're pointing out he actually used her name compared to anyone else, too.
Yeah.
He wants
I mean, he didn't know her name before. But after this fight, he was like, yep.
Also, real quick, I just love when she cried her eyes out, and like she's like, they're like, are your eyes okay?
That is me in the morning.
That was her phone call.
But that was so funny. I love that. See, that was like the standout moment in this. Like,
because at first I was like, what is wrong with her eyes? But
she's crying.
I mean, she's all, it's a different thing.
I was like, what thing?
I love how he was like, no, I understand. Continue the conversation. It was adorable.
Who knew she was using his powers to get the rocks?
I did not know that when I first watched it.
As soon as some rocks started like forming, I'm like, oh yes! I didn't have any idea she was gonna do them up in the air and bring them down, but I'm like, oh, she's making objects. That payoff is so good. Yes. Yeah. Oh yes, our 5th member.
Hey, it's Anthony here. Hello. Yeah, I kind of saw that happening because, like, once I saw, like, the ground being broken, I was like, well, I had the thought. I wasn't sure she was doing that. But I was like, hey, can't she just, like, make all those things levitate? And then once they had the review, I was like, got it. This is pretty awesome. Yes. It was such a cool strategy.
Oh, yeah. Then also, I was so excited, but when he did the major blast and destroyed it, it was the biggest buzzkill because you were so rooting for it.
It was like,
I was like, she's got this. No. I love this comment in the chat by Iconic Player 1. He's like, Bakugo hates Deku so much, he's gonna steal his girl out of spite.
Yes. I could see that.
I could totally see that. Yeah.
Who cried when she was like crawling? I was like,
I was like, stop moving. It's okay.
Just stop it.
You did it. You did really well.
Yeah. And then Midnight's like, hold up. Hold up. Check this person. And then,
That was
also, Bakugo and Deku on the staircase real quick, and Bakugo's like, oh, you told her that plan. Deku's like, oh, no. It was all her. And which I think made Bakugo even more like,
more respect.
And that's why he said the line after where he's like, I don't think that girl's frail. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
And then we get Uraraka and Deku when they have their moment together, and he's just like, oh, she's so frustrated, but, you know, she's not beaten. And yes, her parent phone call is like,
sobs. We've all had that moment, maybe. Like, Mom, Dad.
I was Deku crying. It was just projectile into the ceiling. I was like, what?
Deku's encounter with Endeavor in the hallway. Way to stand your ground as a child. Because, I mean, we've all had our moments where you speak to essentially your elders. And when you can stand your ground and not sound like, well, you know what? You're just like,
put some bass in that
10 feet tall.
Put some bass.
Because, he's like, his line pretty much, I'm not All Might and Todoroki is not you. It's like,
so much
drop.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was so proud of him. And also I was just like, please don't burn him alive.
Yeah, it's just an interesting contrast because obviously with Uraraka, she's kind of following her dreams. Her parents want her to follow her dreams and really what she wants to do with her life, and obviously she does want to support her family. Yeah. But whereas Endeavor's not really that supportive. He's kind of like, join me, Todoroki.
Yeah.
Like, he's not really...
He's supportive in his own
exactly.
right.
It's a different way. But it's like, it seems like it's for himself. Not for the benefit of his son.
I hate him so much.
Then we get our creepy moment at the end. We got Tomura Shinaraki watching on TV with our mystery man, who we had referenced before. No face hand. I don't know if anybody noticed.
See?
I was like, oh, but you still didn't really get to see anything.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it can come off. But then I want function. I want information on, like, what are the functions of these things? But we'll get to what that is. And then we end with the moment of standoff real quick before Todoroki versus Deku. And then we'll be getting into...
I'm really excited to see how you guys felt about this fight.
But before we do that... we need to tell you something real quick.
Yes. Hey, AfterBuzzers. I didn't write this time. Last week I said AfterBros, and it was just awful.
That works too.
Everybody loved it, but I was like, I am professionally adjacent. Anyway, hey, AfterBuzzers. Our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve television fans like yourself. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made just for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Yes, thank you.
You all very welcome.
And again, thank you for everybody talking in the chat.
No one's ever gonna let that down.
Also, we'll mention it again at the end, but also reach out to us on Twitter at we're at ABTV Anime, and there are some exciting things coming up soon that I'll be letting you know about, and you're gonna want to go there because that's going to be important. Keyword.
Yes.
All right. So, episode 10, Shoto Todoroki Origin.
My heart crumbles.
Interesting moment, which I love when they drop like the information in terms of quirks. It's like endurance and has limits. Go, oh yeah, that's a good point. Any muscle you work at too long, it's gonna tire out. And Bakugo breaking those. I mean, sorry, not Bakugo. Deku breaking those fingers. Where does all that blood come from?
I was like,
what?
I wanted to just like.
I think he was breaking skin because his bones were being broken. So
because it looks solid, but
yeah, I mean, well, I think they can't show bone popping out, but I'm assuming from force-wise that's probably what it is. But I mean, I feel like even if you just like get like a tiny paper cut, sometimes you bleed just a little bit.
Yes.
So I feel like there's skin breakage somewhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think, have they, well, this is one that fine, tell me if they have. Have they done it where someone loses a limb and Rescue Girl can grow it back?
Oh, I don't think we've gotten that yet.
Ooh, regeneration.
Yeah.
She does got that magic kisses. Those magic
I was like, how did she do that so long?
I love her, but those noises that they make, or the sound effects that they make for her lips, it like makes me cringe. I'm just like,
she's coming for Jinx's gig in Pokemon.
Yeah. I really wanted her to come out at one point. I'm like, Jinx.
Especially when Deku was sweating, I was like, what happened here? Like, how long was this going on?
It was quite a bit.
So we get the fingers. So he's talking about.
Oh, sorry. I just realized that they're minors and she has to kiss them. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Later or not. He's that back.
Poor Deku is pretty much just fighting defensively to be more of an endurance thing.
Yeah.
And then that moment where he's like, well, you're only fighting with half your strength. It's all yours, and pushes that right button.
Man, he's just poking that bear. On fire bear.
And I had a moment, though, that I'm like, I know that's, like, solid ice, but I'm like, maybe that's kind of good for his broken arm at this moment. Like, just, like,
leave it
there. Yeah.
Like, I feel something.
Like, cold pack.
Just like a
icy
giant
hot. Gives me the icy hot.
Right.
It was definitely keeping it in place for what it was, but obviously that would have to come off
like
at some point. Yeah.
Stops the blood a little bit.
The worst splint. He probably couldn't feel anything, though. Let's like be completely honest. I think it was purple.
Were there particular moments during this fight that stood out to anybody?
The entire fight.
Well, I just
Pretty
like
much.
throughout the whole thing, I was like, who the heck's gonna win? Like, I can see either one of them winning. I really didn't know, so it did a really good job of just kind of like screwing with me. Like this episode, I was like, who the heck's gonna win? Like Deku, he's the protagonist, but you know he might not. Like I was just like, it just played me, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I actually called what was gonna happen like minutes ahead of when it transpiring. I was watching it with a friend, and I was like, okay, I know where this is going. I don't know if you revealed it yet, but yeah, I totally called it, and it was funny because my friend called me out. He's like, "No, you're totally wrong." And after it happened, he's like, "Just kidding, you were right." And I was like, damn you!
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Interesting. Tyler Boring in the chat says, "Recovery Girl speeds up the healing process. She can't do anything the body can't heal naturally." Good point. Because I was kind of wondering that, like, if Deku goes too far, could we grow a limb back? I don't think we're quite at that. Also. Stoic the Dragon Eater. I've broken 2 fingers before. I did bleed a lot and the bone was showing.
But this is also animation. They're obviously going to add to it to show how elevated it is. And that was probably for me the biggest point of like, that's how adrenaline, but also Deku's will to help him get to his next point that he continued to break his fingers over and over.
Comments on that. Yeah. He's like, that takes reserve.
Yeah,
because he was already shaking when he did the first one, and then he continued to do it for the rest of the time, and I was just like, yo, your fingers
when it was like,
going
up his arm, I was like,
I was like, stop this!
Because I broke my arm, but it didn't bleed, but, you know, it didn't break the skin. But
but I think it's just to show how hard, you know, he's going, you know what I mean? And you're not flinging like pieces of ice into
also, TNNT Country Dragon says it's your quirk, not his. Q Waterworks.
Yeah, no, it was so nice to finally have that. Yeah.
Then when Todoroki's kind of tiring out, when Deku punched him, it's like microwave. Think of it like a microwave. I was like, oh damn, that punch was hard.
Yeah, and he flew.
It was good.
Yeah. But I like how he blocked himself like with his own ice. Like I was like,
that's like smart. Reflex, man. Because that's not even like I aim behind me. It's just. Yeah.
And I love seeing him just kind of like really get kind of bested at, because I feel like I keep saying this.
Yeah.
Todoroki, he is OP. And
that's why he's my favorite.
I'm just like, you have to have some kind of weak. You need to lose at some point, you know, but didn't really happen.
I mean, it kind of did.
We'll get to that. Yeah. So Deku, when he prompts Todoroki to get these memories to surface.
I warned you.
Him a hug.
I warned everybody at this panel about what happened with his backstory.
Well, he points out too, like, you inherit the quirk, but it's yours. And then it's interesting that Todoroki's watching All Might on TV say the same thing as a little kid. I was like,
interesting.
And how he essentially is encouraging his enemy. Was like, aw.
He's crazy.
With Creepy Endeavor coming down and cheering them.
He makes. I hate him
so much.
I'm probably going to say this a lot during the season. I hate him so much.
Yeah.
I'm
like, I can't.
So then they go pretty much all out, but Cementos and Midnight step in, do the blockade essentially. Yeah. And I like Cemento's comment. He says, just because something is powerful, it doesn't mean it's always good. I was like, which I think you've touched upon that before, Ollie.
No, totally.
Now the smoke clears. Deku is out of bounds. Anybody think, why don't they have a safety net for the audience?
I was thinking the same thing, because especially during
the ice
and all the when the rocks were falling, I was like, what if that just accidentally just like fell into
or feeling the heat from the fire? There's like, oh, it's hot. I'm like, how can you?
I don't know. Maybe there's like an angle that we can't see where it like
curves
over.
We'll
no, they threw stuff, so there's not something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So they felt the snow and all the.
I don't want to be in the splash zone. So.
No, but I feel like there's no point. Because you can literally reach all the way to the top. You know what I mean? So it could, I don't know. Splash Zone is the entire arena.
Dragon Video says because they live for the thrill. And even if they have powers, though, not everybody in the audience could do a deflective thing.
Right.
Yeah. There could be regular humans.
There could be another Deku in there.
All right, UA Sports has not been sued enough to put up a safety barrier.
They're like, you guys will be fine.
Also,
just duck.
The other big thing in this episode I felt that stood out is pretty much Deku would be the good leader because he encourages his fellows and is like, hey, I want you to become better.
Yeah.
It's like, aw.
Yeah. So noble.
Yes. Episode 11, Fight On, Ida. Oh, this one was a fun one, too.
Ooh.
Todoroki.
You can tell by my sound effects. I can't
And then Todoroki, when he encounters Endeavor, different kind of standoff this time. Yes.
Yeah.
Another way to be like, nope, things have changed, but they're not really that different.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever Endeavor's on screen, I just like hold my breath.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
happen?
what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
That's usually my husband trying to keep me away from punching the screen. It's like, no, he's a cartoon. Sit down.
And Todoroki's fire, when that went off, though, is so big.
Whoa.
Endeavor's like, well, you need to so stop.
Stop.
Yeah.
We're not here for a lecture.
Exactly. Deku with Recovery Girl. Speaking of Recovery Girl, so they have to do a surgery, which that's new.
He had like friggin' bone fragments. Just hanging out. And I was like, gross.
He will recover, but will never be the same.
Oh.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I like the scar, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
was
That's
cool.
not so bad.
Blow off your hand. In half.
No biggie.
And pretty much he's meddling when you don't need to, essentially, is the essence of being a hero, according to All Might. You're like, yes. And the thing that was like, oh, snap, that Recovery Girl refuses to heal these kind of injuries again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, kids, you're not allowed to play the same way anymore. Do we feel this spells disaster, or do you think this actually would encourage them to learn better?
Maybe a little bit of both, but I think like Recovery Girl's gonna have no choice maybe one day because they're gonna have real villains that they have to fight. You never know what's gonna happen. If they're trying to save someone and it's not an actual, you know, competition, I think she's gonna just have no choice. She's just gonna leave him, you know, there.
Or they're just gonna fire her and hire someone new.
I wonder how many healers are out there. Like, how many people are born with
She probably
that?
has like a daughter because she's older, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And why does it have to be a girl, though?
Oh yeah, that too. I was just about to say that. It could be an animal.
Or you could pick who you want.
Yeah, I was just like,
True.
You're like, hi. You get your choice on your nurse. There you go.
Or maybe she has a sister, like just something in somewhere in the
Nurse
Cue all
Joy.
nurse
There's a
fantasies.
bunch of like nurse. What's her name?
Nurse can
Recovery
work for a
Girl.
male or female, too. So.
She could have
Both
a twin
sounds
who's
nice.
evil who like
We're just like
And all in
spending so much time on this character. We're just like,
All
Who
right.
are you?
So we get the next big fight, which we get Ida versus Shiozaki, or Lady in Green. But damn, that was over fast.
Yeah.
It's like,
very
we're done.
quick. Yeah.
But you know
okay.
what? Nobody got hurt, so.
Yeah.
And that's a way that he would win easily. Like, that was kind of. Oh, okay. Well, that made sense. One that's like also quick, but a little bit more of a fight. Tokoyami versus Ashido, with our pink lady of doing the spit, and it's like, oh.
honestly, I was bummed that the females like were dropping like flies. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yes.
women, come on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
We've kind of said that for other bits too. Either they haven't done as much,
Right.
Or they're just not doing well.
I'm just like, come on.
not that there aren't good female characters in this show,
Exactly.
but it is kind of an unfair.
It's extremely unfair, the people
You
that they have to
know.
fight.
I hope
yeah.
this doesn't continue, honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
You know
Should
what?
I hold my
I'll be
breath?
quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, somebody mentioned the manga. I am reading the manga, but I'm behind because my library didn't have it available, and I get it from my library. But we will be continuing that because it does kind of add to it. It's not necessarily, so far it hasn't been super different. It's just more like extra info, which has been fun. All right, so then we get Deku when he has his moment of worthiness in doubt again. And then All Might mentions he was quirkless. Were we surprised or go, oh, well, that makes sense?
I wasn't really surprised because just seeing his original form, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
he
made
needed
sense because I felt like he had a similar origin as Deku, and he even said that too. Like, I saw myself in you when I first saw you. Basically.
Yeah.
When he said that though, I was like, so then how come you were almost like discouraging Deku in the very beginning? He was like, you can't have a quirk, something along those lines.
That's
You know, he was
true.
discouraging him, and it's like you were there. See?
So he knows because he was there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was trying to protect him in some weird way, but then
weird way.
realized that this is not the way to do it. So
Yeah.
he changed it up, I guess. Yeah.
I like
his
that. That's
mind.
another thing for them to have in common.
Yeah.
Then we get the nice creepy real life bit in terms of Tensei
my gosh.
Ito's brother.
I was not expecting that.
That there's a hero killer out, which we saw briefly on the end of season 1.
Okay, that
he
looks
looks dope.
awesome.
So
That is cool character
much,
design.
as much as I hate the fact that he's like a terrible villain, as in like he kills people, but that shot of him up top,
I was just saying
that the animation and the crispness of the lines, I was like, oh
the
my
wind.
god,
And that red cape.
yeah, I was like,
He's terrifying.
He is, but he's so coolly drawn,
loved it. I literally had wrote that down. I was like, that scene.
Especially because it feels like his design and the style of his design is completely different. Because I feel like our heroes and everything are kind of like pluckety and cute, you know? And then with him, it's just like
very grotesque.
Really,
like,
which is really cool.
I got like Todd McFarlane Spawn vibes.
Yeah, same.
I also got, is it Varuk from Death Note? What's his name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He gave me those vibes too, just without the apple.
Yeah. And I was in the same thing of just kind of like those harsh lines of, not Tokyo Ghoul, who am I thinking of? Samurai Champloo kind of, you know, like in certain aspects and things, like, because you know how they stylize when it comes to like action scenes, and then when the villain shows up, like that's what it kind of reminded me of.
That was a sick shot.
My reference would be like Soul Eater. He looked like someone, a character straight out of Soul Eater, but
it was just really cool to see a complete contrast, because even with our villains that we saw earlier in season 1, they weren't as contrasted as he is, which also shows you, you don't want to mess with this mofo, like at all.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Then he talks about how fame and money is like such a thing with the heroes, which you kind of go, well, to our understanding so far, you're not wrong. And of course, he wants All Might. Which doesn't every villain? They're all like, wait, we want All Might.
That sucks.
I mean, okay, he's a symbol of peace, so that if the symbol of peace is gone...
It doesn't seem like that's the thing, though.
No?
I think it's something different.
Maybe there's more to All Might that we don't know.
Or he's just the best.
Also,
you want to be the best.
Did you guys peep when they showed like All Might's predecessor? Like his mentor?
Yeah, that's what I was
up with
wondering
that?
about.
Are we going to see
I was like, that looks like it might be a girl.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing too.
Because you don't see a face, I'm all, might be a girl.
You see like the hair. I was wondering.
She's like, I am working my poker face.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah. And no getting ahead of anybody.
Spoilers, please.
Again, I will kick you out.
I just noticed that too, so I was thinking the same.
My first thought, as soon as we don't see a face, I was like,
I have an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I know it's wrong, but for a hot second I was like, that's Aizawa. And because Aizawa is, Eraserhead, he probably erased his own quirk and gave it to All Might. I know it makes no sense, but somehow he got his own quirk again. I don't know. But in my head, that happened in like 3.5 seconds, and I was like, that's it. Then I was like, no, it's not.
But see, that's the fun thing when we haven't watched it. We can't make these crazy theories, and then people are like,
I just picture you have a board with a bunch of strings, and you're just like, this is what happened.
Look at this murder board. We have so many things to talk about. And I'm just I'm just watching it pop.
Where'd it go? I like that it's making it more serious, because somebody earlier kind of mentioned that, when the characters get hurt, it's serious. And so then this, I was like, they could die. But you know what? Why wouldn't we have thought they could have died anyway already if there's real villains and they're real heroes? Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think it does make sense, but I think it's just how the show was kind of portrayed in the very beginning. I didn't expect it to be this deep and serious, and now I'm like, I love it more. It's just the animation style makes it seem more, not kiddie, but just more like fluffy.
Then we get... there we go. I was like, what was that? Kirishima versus Bakugo, and it's like, that was a good fight, but that was really quick.
Yeah.
I was like, and we're done. Man, the first bit, we got all these nice long fights, and now they're like, we're done. Which is a little bit
this
bummer.
arc is ending.
Yes. So Todoroki versus Ida, that was a cool one because it's both hero family fighters. So it's like, yes. But also good, and that was kind of like, and you lost. But that kick he got in was like, ooh. Do we like the freeze on the leg of he goes? I
knew that was going to happen.
Just because the same thing happened. Same thing.
Not the same thing, but it's such an easy target. It's not the fact that it's like, you're easy to take down. It was more along the lines of if you're holding someone behind you and the thing that helps you run are behind you, it just kind of was like.
Yep.
And I like how they kind of freeze it, because at first I was like, oh yeah, duh, he has the ice, of course, you're stuck. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just felt bad for him because knowing what happened to his brother on the other side of town.
And he's like, I don't want to, I can't reach him, but that's okay. I want to be focused. So you're just sitting there going.
That's how you know anime's about to set you up.
I was like,
for failure.
He's just not
like
having,
you thought.
Not having a good day.
No.
Then we get Tokoyami versus Bakugo. Oh, I wanted our Dark Shadow to do better with his tears.
Yeah, but it also kind of made sense.
Oh, no, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the explosions and light. It's not really good. And he's the first and only one we see that goes, I give up.
Yeah.
who just is like...
Because he knew. He was like, oh, I'm not going to hurt Dark Shadow while trying to fight, no.
Which, leading to the very end of the episode, I like that All Might's like, you have a great quirk, but you need to work out you, too. So that's not the only thing you rely on, which is like, yes.
Yeah. I was really happy that he got that far though.
Yeah,
same. I really didn't expect him to get that far, but I was proud of him. I was like,
and Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow's tears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, little tiny ones.
It's like the little lines that he had the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like,
I want to see Dark Shadow go crazy at night. Honestly, like I want that episode. Like Alexa.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're gonna get that episode.
No, but this is like a thing that I've seen in some of the X-Men or other superhero things where somebody has a power, but they should know physical combat fighting skills as well.
Yeah.
Like that's how Deku kicked Bakugo's ass in the beginning. Because he's like, and martial arts throw, not my powers. Because what if you can't use them all the time? What if you get tired or something like that?
Right.
It's like, come on, kids. Which they haven't really had that kind of training.
No, not that kind of training yet. No.
I feel they should.
Yeah. But it also really shows that, like, that's the
how
type
much
of
they
world
rely
that they're
on
in. Yeah. Because I feel like if you were born with a power, you might use it, like, 95% of the time.
Yeah.
And especially something like that. So I feel...
Or essentially you get lazy with it.
Yeah.
Totally. So Ida's phone call with his mom, and you're like, oh no, what's wrong? Dude, I
knew it
I mean, we're
immediately.
going to get to it, but I thought his brother would be dead.
No, I didn't think he was going to be dead.
Yeah, I was like, if he's alive, then what's the problem? But then it's like, it's like, okay.
Could be
he's
any
hurt.
second, yeah.
Yeah. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
His mom was like, she was like, no, your brother. She was like, I mean, sorry for you too. I was like, dang.
Yeah, trying to involve everybody.
Yeah.
Then there's so we get our villain again, our hero killer Stain, and he says how the society is covered with hypocrisy and vanity. Also, not
Very
hashtag
true,
not wrong.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, I don't know who it was earlier in the chat, but they said that Stain reminds them of Killmonger from Black Panther, where it's like you don't like his methods, but you but you understand his reasoning for his methods, which is like,
Real quick, that was Andrew Drew.
Thank you.
Andre Drew, sorry.
Yeah. Also, Andre points out, too, as a secondary black belt, one needs to learn how to defend yourself, even with a power in case something happens.
I'm a third degree, so high five.
Now, I hadn't really thought about it. Stoic the Dragon Eater says Dark Shadow is a sweet girl. I hadn't thought of Dark Shadow.
They confirm that? Because I don't remember.
I didn't think of Dark Shadow having a specific gender.
I didn't think she had, or I didn't think Dark Shadow had a gender. But I mean, sure.
That's cool too.
Yeah,
I'm down. Maybe
his sister. Like a soul sister?
Soul sister.
Hey,
It's like,
Oh God!
I mentioned it in another.
just playing that, like to get her to sleep.
It's like Golden Compass. Your soul is the opposite of you.
That makes sense.
So, sure. And it's one of those. I guess he's just referred to just a name.
Sure.
But food for thought. Episode 12: Todoroki versus Bakugo.
Yes.
Which that is
Y'all have
makes
been waiting
sense.
for this.
Yes.
But I'm a little bit on Bakugo's mindset of, but was it really that great of a fight?
I mean,
hey, Todoroki's smart. He's trying to save.
We'll get to it.
yeah, and also he just got out of a fight.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he used up like all of his energy for.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
So Todoroki's kind of reflecting, Bakugo interrupting him.
I love how he was just like, okay, so I might have picked the wrong room, but I'm not, I was like, okay, we get it.
But Todoroki commenting on Deku, like, yeah, he came to destroy all the problems I was carrying. He's your childhood friend. Did he do that for you too?
We don't speak its name. How dare you?
We don't talk about that problem, child, okay?
Starcloak says anticlimactic win. Yes.
Yeah,
kind of.
But that makes sense though, because I feel like we're kind of still like in the middle of the season, so it's not we're not gonna get like this amazing like showdown.
No,
it was a good reminder because I was mad that Deku didn't win his fight, and I was like, oh duh, the show's not over. We're still in it.
Yeah.
Then when Bakugo was all grumpy there, I'm all, issues much?
I think we know that since day one.
It was funny when
I know,
All Might
but it
was
came
like,
back up again.
he was like, look at his face. And he's like, so scary. It was hilarious.
I love that. It was so great. I just because I forget sometimes that All Might's just a giant dork.
Yeah.
So like there are times where he's extremely stoic and he has great knowledge and advice, and then all of a sudden he's like, so scary, like, up here, like it's not even just like, oh my god, I can crush you, like I don't understand.
So they get their fight, and he made also another point. Bakugo actually does a good couple interesting insights. His was strong quirk makes for inaccuracy, which like that makes sense. The more powerful a weapon is, the more it's like less you can aim it versus like something smaller.
Yeah.
With Deku cheering from the stands for Todoroki. Oh, you're like, go team, go!
Yeah.
He's like, give it your all, and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah.
So when we find out Todoroki gets out of bounds, which that was just this epic of like big stuff, does not use his other's fire side, and then I was like, real win? Because he kind of goes and turns it off, and then I felt like it was a give up.
I think,
Reason aside, it was I stopped.
Definitely stopping.
And you're just like,
I definitely feel like he didn't really want to win.
Yeah.
He was just
Because
like,
he didn't want to give that like win to his father. Because I feel like his father only wanted him to win to benefit himself. Like I think he's such a selfish character from what I'm like getting from him.
Yeah.
So like him actually winning the
games.
the fight, like it didn't really matter to him.
Yeah.
Because he plays he's runner up basically.
And he technically got what he wanted, which was the realization that he needed to work on himself and find out more about himself, and realizing that he can't use his other side until he gets to the next point, which we get into the next episode about. So it was one of those things where I felt bad that he did give up, but I'm also proud of him that he realized I don't have to win in order to move on.
I wanted him not to fight the whole time.
Me too.
I don't understand why he's like, I need to fight. I mean, I get he's like, I want to show my father I can fight this well without using his stuff. I'm like, if my dad, and I hated him that much, was like, you're going to win for me kind of attitude, I'd be like, I'm not fighting at all.
Like, nah, deal with it.
Yeah, totally not participate whatsoever.
Yeah, but I think he also wanted to deep down.
Yeah, well, because he said to Deku, he's like, I want to be a hero too.
Yeah, and you deserve it, buddy.
Yeah.
I would just wonder why he would use any quirk though, just given both of his parents and like what's happened. You know?
Yeah.
Like
No, he's
that
had
I would
it
be
rough.
really salty.
But I think that's like, I love his character now because
too.
his actual character, not just his power, but I think it's just very relatable having that burden of like something you're not happy about with yourself. That's so relatable.
Yeah, that he didn't even have a choice either, which sucks, you know, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life.
That award ceremony. Yay that Tokoyami gets to be up there, but he's just there for the place of Ida because Ida's not there, and he's like, oh, okay, so I'm just there for the media.
Yeah, I mean...
Honorary third place.
Yeah.
But it was nice it's not just an award, but that All Might gives them all advice.
Oh, so nice, even though Bakugo wanted to bite his like entire hand off.
Face.
Stoic the Dragon Eater says All Might giving dad hugs.
Oh, yeah, it was so cute, especially to Todoroki, too, because the fact that I can just see Endeavor just flaming up there. That's a terrible word, but you know what I'm trying to say.
On fire.
Literally. Like upset. Like, you know. But the fact that he was probably like really butthurt about that. And then all of a sudden, Todoroki was just kind of like, yeah, okay, you're right. You know, as he's giving him the hug. I was like, oh, that's nice. And they're all fans of All Might, so it also helps too.
Yeah.
So
He's someone to look up to.
Heck yeah.
Last little bits. Yes, worthy opponent is essentially your friend, but that is kind of like, you know, someone building you up and making you better than what you already are. So we get last little bit hospital. Ida's with his brother. He's okay-ish, but then this moment goes, okay, he's alive to say goodbye.
Which
no spoilers. But that was like, oh, you've only made it for him to be like, oh, you look up to me. I'm sorry I lost.
You know what the funny thing is? I actually don't remember what happens to his brother.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to know what happened in the fight scene.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't remember.
Then there's Shoto wanting to go visit his mom, and he stayed away because he felt he was just putting pressure on her. No, you should have gone sooner. I get it.
But I mean, he was also a kid, and his mom threw boiling water at him. So I was like, I don't want to hurt you anymore, but also I really want to see you.
But I'm scared.
Don't hurt me, Mom.
And then he says, I won't.
Sorry.
Chair footsie.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to rescue her. That's my starting line. So everybody's getting their starty lines.
Yeah.
Starty lines.
No,
Start lines.
I got you.
Then also Deku is make others not worry for him. That's his starting line. And Bakugo's just angrily brushing his teeth.
That scene is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like, I don't know what he said. Like, bad bacteria
germs.
or something.
He does not like germs.
Hey, I mean, that's actually kind of nice. You know, something we finally know about Bakugo is he's a germaphobe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's it. We're going to hold on to Any other thoughts?
No.
Okay, cool. We'll do our word real quick and do quick predictions in 1 second. So our word is the word for cold. It's samui.
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 So it's Romaji. It's SAMUI. Samui for cold. All right. Rapid predictions.
Okay, so not even really predictions, but I'm just wondering like what's gonna happen with Ida, what's gonna happen with Midoriya, and like trying to like conquer one for all, and then also, is it me or is Uraraka just kind of remind you of Matilda? She gives me Matilda vibes.
Yeah, she's an older
saying,
Matilda.
you know,
She
the
can
hair.
levitate stuff.
Yeah, that's a.
Oh, I've had my predictions, but I forgot them. But I'll say that I think I can't even say his name.
Todoroki.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Sorry.
Icy hot.
They're getting codenames.
Yeah.
I saw the
Saying it for
preview.
next
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna work with his mom. I think it's gonna be Rocky, but I think he needs his mom in order to progress with his character and his arc and his story. The stakes have obviously been risen because they're done with the games and now get on to some bigger stuff in the future. So I'm excited.
Tony, did you have a prediction you were gonna say or? Okay, I forgot to mention also it's Uraraka with her parents, and I'm like, oh, I hope we see a little bit more of that too, because they're really, oh my gosh, that was so weird. I'm like, what happened? Yes, I think the stakes have definitely been a whole new level for everybody, because we're gonna get more villains, but I think this is actually gonna make all the heroes even better because essentially they're training at like level. It's like Goku training. They're training at a higher level, which makes them train and get better even faster.
Go find King
Again, thank you so much for joining us in the live chat, and go follow ABTV Anime on Twitter. I'm not going to tell you what that special news is, just you got to go and follow there, and you're going to find out soon. Also, make sure to comment on last week's video, headband, and what you liked about the Cavalry battle, and you could win that headband. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll go down the line real quick where people can find you.
Hey guys, I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
Hey guys, it's Jaimi Gray. Twitter, it's Jaimi Gray. IG, Jaimi Gray.
And it's at ATorres890. That's ATORRES 890.
And my name's Kari Lane, and you can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.